Lesson 4-4, solving equations by multiplying or dividing. In Lesson 4-3, we learned how to solve equations that involved addition and subtraction. So as a quick review, let's solve the equation x minus 3 equals 12. We talked about using inverse operations, and we said that an inverse operation simply means the opposite of whatever operation you're currently dealing with. So in the equation x minus 3 equals 12, the operation that we're working with is subtraction. The inverse operation of subtraction is addition. So to undo subtraction by 3, we will add 3 to each side. And again, whatever we do to one side, we must do to the other side in order to keep our equation balanced. Negative 3 plus 3 is a zero pair, so we are left with x equals 12 plus 3 is 15. And again, we would plug in 15 into our original equation just to make sure it checks out. Now, we are going to learn how to solve equations that involve multiplication or division. Okay, let me ask you a very simple question to start out. Let's say that you have 4 boxes of crayons. Now, in total, there are, let's say, 20 crayons. And my question to you is, how many crayons are there in each box? Okay, so what we're thinking to ourselves is 4 times some number equals 20. So intuitively, you might say to yourself, well, this is, simply a problem of division. 20 divided by 4 would tell me how many crayons there are in each box, and you would be correct. The answer would be 5. And there are 5 crayons per box, because 5 crayons per box times 4 boxes gives me 20 crayons. Now, what if I were to set it up as an algebraic equation? 4 times c equals 20, where c represents the number of crayons per box. Once again, just like with addition and subtraction, we are going to use inverse operations to solve equations that involve multiplication and division. Well, in this equation, 4 times c equals 20, we are multiplying 4 and c. The inverse operation of multiplication is division. So to undo multiplication of 4, we will divide by 4 on each side. Keep in mind, our goal is to isolate the variable. So in this case, we want to get c all by itself on one side of the equation. 4 divided by 4 leaves me with 1c, or simply c. And 20 divided by 4 leaves me with 5. 5 crayons per box. To check our solution, we will plug 5 into our original equation. So this is our check. 4 times, instead of c, we will put 5. 4 times 5 should equal 20. And it does. 20 equals 20. So our solution checks out. Okay, let's try a few more. These are pretty simple one-step equations. Okay. Negative 3 times y equals 21. Once again, we are dealing with multiplication. We are multiplying negative 3 and y. So to undo multiplication by negative 3, we will divide by negative 3. Our goal is to isolate y. Negative 3 divided by negative 3 is simply 1, so we're left with 1y equals, well, 21 divided by negative 3 is negative 7. And we will do our check to ensure that we're correct. Negative 3 times negative 7 should equal 21, and it does. Our solution, once again, checks out. Okay. Let's see, what if we had an equation like this? X divided by 3 equals -9. Now, in this case, in our original equation, we are dealing with division. We are dividing x by 3. So ask yourself, what is the inverse or opposite of dividing by 3? Well, that would simply be multiplying both sides by 3. So we will multiply the left side by 3, and to balance it out, we will multiply the right side by 3. Well, my 3's cancel out because 3 divided by 3 is 1, so I'm left with 1x, or x, equals -9 times 3 is -27. And we will check our solution. And you should get into the habit of always checking your solution until you get really, really good at these problems. As simple as they are, it's very easy to make careless errors. -27 divided by 3 should equal -9. And it does. -9 equals -9. Our solution checks out. Let's try one more. Let's say we have m divided by 5 equals 20. Once again, we are working with division. The inverse operation of division is multiplication. So to undo division by 5, we will multiply both sides by 5. On the left side of our equation, 5 divided by 5 is simply 1, so we are left with m equals 20 times 5 is 100. And we will do our check. 100 divided by 5 should equal 20, and it does.